Rigsby somehow gets it to go.
Foul was on Nolan Winter. And Minnesota is within 2.
No surprise to see Tonje back on the floor. Fifth-year college player, has played a ton, has to understand he cannot pick up his 4th foul.
Blackwell brought it low, lost the ball, and they did call a foul. It's going to be on Lakai Patterson. That's going to be his 3rd. He's in disbelief. And the 6th, beg your pardon, the 5th on Minnesota. No, the 6th team foul.
Patterson coming over. Man, there's not much contact there.
Patterson stays in with 3 fouls. Tonje. Here's McGee. Floater to the paint, short. Mike Mitchell with a tip to Rigsby. He wants to run. Rigsby, he can fly a little bit. Draws the foul on Gilmore. And Rigsby has a chance to tie this game up with 2 free throws.
You don't see Minnesota get out and run all that often, but near opportunistic off the defensive glass. Minnesota pushing the tempo. Brennan Rigsby forcing the issue here. He's putting together a nice solid performance here after the great game, career high 20 at Nebraska on Saturday. He's come right back at you and played very well tonight.
Barnyard student section, he showed up tonight. Largest crowd by far the Gophers have had all year. And with 11:04 to play, folks, we're tied in border battle 2-14. Blackwell to silence the crowd. Yes, he does. 21 for John Blackwell.
Well, if you're switching 5 ways, which Minnesota is, Frank Mitchell has to switch up. He's just a little too far back there. John Blackwell off the screen, letting it go.
Only made 3 this half for the Badgers, and John Blackwell adding 2 is banner night. Patterson will pull up.
That's a tough shot. Nolan Winter is right there on the contest. Kai Patterson, a guy that's looking for those 2s.
Tonje got Patterson up and now got Mitchell up and through the contact from John Tonje, who has attempted more free throws than any other Big Ten player. Through the foul on Frank Mitchell is first, and Tonje to the line for 2.
Just amazing that making a fundamental play like a jump stop, it gives you so many options to score it, to shot fake, to spray it to a teammate. Tonje under control there. He earned that trip to the foul line.
The Badgers haven't missed yet tonight. 11 for 11 as a team.
Tonje getting on the baseline there. There's that shot fake. Mitchell goes up and bites for it. Like you said, Corey, Tonje does it as well as anybody in this conference.
I mean, Wisconsin at the line, historically good, on pace to have the highest free throw shooting percentage ever by any team in any one season in NCAA history.
It's amazing that they're top 35 in college basketball in free throws made, but they're only 143rd in free throws attempted. It's because of that percentage being so high.
And Mitchell got a great look. Frank Mitchell, offensive rebound. Patterson, no look. Garcia muscles up and scores. Garcia gets the point, but Frank Mitchell the credit.
Absolutely makes the play.
Tonje off the dribble, off his hip, off the glass, no, and it's all maroon and gold, and then Minnesota had too many around the ball. Boy, you see Garcia and Mitchell kind of shouting at each other, and Wisconsin will have possession.
Tough physical drive. Tonje unable to get it to the rim. Looks like Minnesota shut down the defensive possession, but you got Garcia, you got Mitchell. You could tell Garcia wasn't happy about it. It's one of those where you got to just shake it off and say, all right, my bad, and move on.
Now, this is where Wisconsin has burned Minnesota. Totally. Under the basket, inbounds plays. And Frank Mitchell will get a quick breather. Gets a big hand. Blackwell slithering his way inside.
Got to stay with him.
He'll pull up.
Minnesota's fortunate there. Parker Fox just kind of let him go. He thought that the guard was hanging in there. Ended up being his man.
Gophers haven't led since it was a 3-2 score. A chance here. This trip down the floor. Garcia for the lead. Tonje, I think that's number 4, yep. And watching it live, folks, that's the right call. Don't you think, Robbie? He shoved.
Yeah, I think with the off arm, Tonje's got to have more of an understanding. You just cannot use that offhand to discard a defender here. That's going to get called.
So a guy that is 5th in the league in scoring just picked up his 4th foul. Here's Patterson. Gophers take the lead with 8:30 to go. McGee, baseline. They swing it around. Janicki. 7 to shoot. Janicki, left hand.
How about the fact, though, that Janicki got that ball to the floor early in that move, so he's not called for a travel, and what a finish around the contest.
Redshirted last year, his first 2 tonight. Ties the game at 53. Garcia, tough shot from the elbow. And boxing out inside, Mitchell tried to reach over Janicki, and Mitchell picks up the foul. And that takes us to a timeout.
Well, Minnesota's been searching for that second guy. Lakai Patterson has stepped up. If Kamari McGee's going to go under, he's got to step up and make a big one there. Patterson doing that. Minnesota has gotten themselves back into this one. So much on the line. Tie ball game, 7:42 to go.
I know Brad Schimmel, he has always focused on getting justice for victims of sexual assault. The Sexual Assault Kit Initiative, Brad cleared that backlog. It's a completely false attack on him. His opponents, I think, have to change the narrative to redirect the focus away when she routinely gives light sentences to child predators. That is not what we need on the Supreme Court in Wisconsin.
Hey, my treat today.
Thank you. But I don't think they take that here.
Of course they take Discover. It's accepted at 99% of places.
99%? I didn't know that.
You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide. Earn cash back at all of them.
This March, it's that time of year, the race to a tournament title.
Here we go!
Is on in Indianapolis.
That was nasty. He is electric. Unbelievable. My goodness, what a show.
Catch live coverage of the TIAA Big Ten Men's Basketball Tournament.
That's what they came to see. It doesn't get any better than this.
March 13th and 14th, only on the Big Ten Network.
The Big Ten Cancer Research Consortium is where the Big Ten's fierce rivals join forces to take down their common foe. The rivalry still exists, but maybe that's what fuels such a powerful collaboration. Working together on cancer research to advance treatments and therapies to bring more options to patients who need them. Learn more at big10crc.org. Cancer is the one opponent that unites the entire Big Ten.
Bush on the
One of the great moments in the Big Ten tournament. And Blake Offarbor back in 2008 with the winner against Indiana. Who knows what's in store? Hopefully more dramatic moments coming your way. A week from tonight, we start from Indy. The 2025 TIAA Big Ten tournament. It's a 1-1 for Janicki, and the first Wisconsin miss as a team happens tonight. Corey Provis, Robbie Hummel. Senior night at Minnesota. Badgers have defeated the Gophers 8 consecutive times. Rigsby with 4 to shoot.
Almost illegal.
Over Crowell, and Rigsby stays hot.
Parker Fox was kind of riding that fine line with that screen, but what a shot from Rigsby. I mean, the air underneath that thing puts it way up there and gets that floater to go.
Coming off a 20-point game, the game winner in Lincoln. Rigsby has 15 tonight to lead the Gophers.
Wisconsin just hasn't been able to take advantage of the 5-way switching. You got Patterson down there. They've got to get that to Crowell. Good cut again.
There it is again. Boy, McGee and Blackwell, and Wisconsin answers once again.
John Blackwell is just so good off the ball. You turn your head, you get caught ball watching. He's taking that thing to the rim.
Too long ago, John Blackwell had 24 and 10 against Washington. Demio DeCali bounces to Parker Fox, and he thought he was fouled. We play on. 5-on-4 Wisconsin counters. Janicki trailing, fires for 3, missed it. Offensive rebound, no. There's Gilmore, and he is fouled.
Even with Blackwell becoming one of the alphas of this team, he's still a great cutter. He still gets to the offensive glass. You had numbers. You take a 3, it doesn't go, but multiple efforts. Blackwell first, Gilmore second. Wisconsin earns a trip to the foul line.
Parker Fox picking up his 4th, so Fox with 4, Mike Mitchell with 4, and Gilmore at the line shooting 2. He's 2 for 2 at the line tonight.
It seems like Wisconsin and Minnesota, when they play in this building at the barn, it always comes down to the wire.
Last Minnesota win occurred here back in 2020, early February. Peyton Willis had a big game that night for the Gophers.
Last season, 61-59 in this building, January of 2024. It just seems like these two teams face off here. We always get a great game.
Rigsby, the lean, the body contact. Blackwell picks up the foul. This is the first foul on Blackwell. Rigsby at the line. Each team now with 9 team fouls, but Rigsby fouled in the act of shooting.
I want the balance for Minnesota tonight. That hasn't been Dawson Garcia top 5 in scoring, putting on a show. It's been, 4 guys in double figures.
Now still to come tonight, our triple-header continues as USC hosts Washington. It's coming up next right here on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Rigsby misses the second. Gophers clinch a spot in the Big Ten tournament with a win here and a USC loss. Blackwell got it back from Janicki. No. And Gilmore had position inside. And Mike Mitchell Jr. is just fouled out. So senior night for Mike Mitchell Jr. And it ends here with 5:37 to go. And a 1-point game.
Mike Mitchell's fighting for his life down there, giving up some legit size to Carter Gilmore. Gilmore gets to the offensive glass. You just get a little bit tied up there. I don't think it rises to the level of a hook and hold, but he definitely is holding Carter Gilmore with that arm there.
Gilmore knocks in both. The Badgers have missed only one free throw all night. So Mitchell is done. Cali got it back down. Blackwell stripped, got it back, and then Carter Gilmore with the reach picked up the foul.
John Blackwell telling him, I don't need the help. That shot clock is making its way down to 10 there. He's going to have to make a play. Blackwell, a very good defensive player. Possession where it would have had to have been an impressive individual effort. Wisconsin bails Minnesota out. Noda Cali goes to the line.
Substitution. Perhaps Gilmore just picked up his 4th foul, but Winter can't come in yet. Now, the Gophers tonight as a team have done well at the line, 7 out of 9, but Noda Cali does not have good numbers. He's at 53% for the season, shooting 2 here, and the Gophers, remember, dead last to the Big Ten as a team in free throw shooting.
Been a problem all season long. Think about trying to close out games, especially against an opponent like Wisconsin. These are the points that you have to put on the board.
Empty trip. Oh, Garcia with a tip, but there was Winter. Both teams in the double bonus the rest of the way. Crowell looking underneath. Instead, Janicki hesitates a couple of times. 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot, got it off in time, and it looked live like it was going to go.
That's a high-level move there from Jack Janicki. Taking his time, using that little shoulder shimmy, and finding a turnaround jumper.
And the officials will take a look, but watching it live, looked like he got that off just in time.
Checking to see the ball was released prior to the shot clock expiration.
And plenty of Badger fans inside the barn here tonight. And here they come. So we'll step aside. Wisconsin is up by 5, 4:45 to go. The native of White Bear Lake, Janicki, got it off in time, extending the Badger lead.
If you think only books and toys get delivered next day, you've got another thing coming. Alro Steel will get a wide variety of metals to your doorstep next day or whenever you need them. It doesn't matter if you need 1 piece or 100 pieces. We will cut them, package them, and deliver them on time and to perfection. So all you have to do is use them. Get to know Alro, your single source for metals.
Did they just hop from a baseball game to a show on Max without leaving DirecTV?
It's like all their apps and channels are connected.
Oh, it's all connected. Shows, movies, sports, cooking shows. Oh my God.
Is she talking to us?
Tell me, how does DirecTV put all your favorite stuff on one home screen? Uncanny content suggestions based on your watch history? Or mind control?
Were you recently electrocuted?
A better way to watch whatever you want to watch. Well, I, for one, am intrigued.
My mother told me, don't forget to pray, 'cause there'll be hard times. Hard times, oh yeah. Well, I soon found out just what she meant.
A real meal deserves a real dessert, like the DQ $7 meal deal. With a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae. You get an honest-to-goodness full meal all for just $7 at DQ.
Nice car. Still for sale? How about I pay you half now, half later?
There you go, Jake.
Thank you. Did you just sell your car to Carvana?
Yes, I did.
Well, that puts this location into context.
I tried to tell you.
Sell your car to Carvana today.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your outfit first before meeting your girlfriend's family.
That's a tough one to recover from, Steve.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Merriwa, the world's best hula hooper.
I know the best when I see it. 6 grams of protein, over 20 flavors, tons of fiber. Blue Diamond almonds might be the world's best snack. Almost as amazing as me.
Can your snack do all that?
Now, tomorrow it's a full day of action at the 2025 TIAA Big Ten Women's Basketball Tournament, beginning with a showdown between Oregon and Indiana. Coverage begins with a pregame show at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Underway, first round, and Washington knocking out the Gophers, 12-13. Nebraska defeating Rutgers and Iowa. Also victorious, Cambridge Fieldhouse. Busy already. It will be busy again next week when the men are in town, but that's what the women are playing for. Tournament championship trophy. Wisconsin right now with an 8-1 run. Dawson Garcia. There's Nolan Winter. The left hand, good move.
That step, and he covered so much ground on that spin move there. Nolan Winter cuts him off initially on the baseline, but the way that Garcia got away there, that was big time.
Garcia with 12, 9 of his 12 coming here in the second half. Janicki, some great minutes tonight. Crowell missed it underneath, out of bounds, and Blackwell could not keep it in. Minnesota basketball.
Minnesota converging on Steven Crowell there at the rim, with Crowell at 7 foot. It's just got to be one where he powers that one up, and
it's a good call.
Blackwell right there, that toe on the line.
Let's get a look there. One possession game.
This is going to beat Dawson Garcia's time.
He'll pull up to tie it. It's Blackwell's 8th rebound to go with 23 points.
That mismatch with Crowell again. See if Wisconsin takes advantage here.
No double. Nolan Winter, and that's the second time he's done that tonight. The Minnesota native, a little indecisive, turns it over. Minnesota ball down 3. Don't move. 3:37 to go at the barn.
A 5-year-old girl violated. The predator faced up to 60 years behind bars. Radical Susan Crawford sided with him, released on a $500 bond, and lived across from a school. His sentence, just 4 years in prison. Now he's free. All because Susan Crawford and her warped, soft-on-crime agenda. Catch and release Crawford. Don't take the risk. Fair Courts America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Since we started Fetch, America's Rewards app, we've helped people earn over $1 billion in Fetch points. Our next mission, to help you earn another $1 billion in Fetch points as fast as we can. That one is fun. You want a free gift card?
Yeah.
What's the catch? There is no catch. You literally get free gift cards for scanning receipts, playing games, or doing your shopping.
Thanks so much. All right. Thank you so much.
Download Fetch and enter code FETCH for 2,000 points towards your first reward.
Joshua Walker, world's best backwards basketball shooter.
6 grams of protein, loaded with fiber, and they come in over 20 tasty flavors. Blue Diamond almonds might be the world's best snack. I should know.
Can your snack do all that?
The world is in constant motion, and you have places to go. Enterprise has more vehicles and locations than anyone, so you can get just the kind of vehicle you need, when and where you need it. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
Dave Reps and Bruce Weber with you. 61-58 3-point game. Badgers on top. Anybody's game. What decides this one?
Well, it comes down. Both teams are in the bonus plus, so you got 2 shots every time. If I'm the coach, go to the basket, make them foul you, and who can play defense without fouling, and who can make free throws.
Wisconsin's fabulous at doing that. On pace to be the best in college basketball history. We're getting set for USC and Washington to follow. Desmond Claude and company trying to end their 5-game skid, Corey.
All right, Dave, thank you. Saw a road team win earlier tonight. Maryland at Michigan. Road team leading here. 3:37 to go. Badgers on top by 3. Wisconsin doing this for many minutes here in the second half without John Tonje, who's been in foul trouble.
He's not been alone. Carter Gilmore with 4. You mentioned Tonje with 4. Mike Mitchell has fouled out for Minnesota, and Parker Fox with 4. So like Coach Weber said, certainly fouls a problem individually, but also if you're thinking about offense, you're trying to get to the rim and get to the foul line.
Ty Patterson, 10 points.
They are just putting the ball in Dawson Garcia's hands and asking him to go make plays. Honestly, Carter Gilmore has done a very good job of contesting these shots.
Garcia also trying to draw the 5th foul on Gilmore. McGee looking for a crease along the baseline. Defender slip. Janicki off the glass.
Jack Janicki has made so many winning plays tonight. I know he's on the floor with the absence, mostly due to Max Klesmit's injury, but he has been tremendous at doing the little things.
Patterson fouled by Kamari McGee, so 2 free throws upcoming, and this is what Coach Weber just talked about. See if the Gophers can stay in the game and make their free throws.
Seen it a lot from John Blackwell tonight, but McGee a willing cutter as well. Kamari McGee getting that dribble penetration, and you're just dishing that off.
Patterson 76%, now 3 of 3 at the line. There's Tonje back in. 4 fouls. Missing the second. Gophers have missed 5 free throws as a team. Wisconsin as a team has missed only 1. Crowell against a smaller Osima draws attention. Gilmore passed up to 3, will fade away from the foul line and knock it down.
Greg Gard has the biggest smile on his face. He hates mid-range jumpers for everybody but Blackwell, but man, you give up a pretty open 3 and Gilmore drills one from 15.
Approaching the 2-minute mark. Badgers stretching the lead back up to 6. Rigsby got around Gilmore and throws it down.
Rigsby's not just a shooter. He can go upstairs and hammer it there. Gilmore doesn't want a foul. Well done by Brennan Rigsby of playing off the closeout.
We'll look up the junior college dunk that Brennan Rigsby had while playing at Utah. We play on, and Tonje laid it up and in, and Rigsby slow to his feet. Would have been the 5th on Tonje, but the officials let him play. Rigsby to Osima, the freshman, corner 3, no. Frank Mitchell, another rebound.
He's got Blackwell down there.
He hits the deck, and that's a blocking foul called on Blackwell.
I think if you're not going to call the Tonje charge on the other end, then you really can't call this a charge here. Tonje so physical. See him just cutting into your screen. Boy, that's, I don't know, that's a discard. That should be an offensive foul. Brennan Rigsby just gets truck stick there.
Frank Mitchell has struggled at the line this season. He's sub 50% and another costly miss at the line.
Blackwell, I think, trying to sell that there. I think that's the right call.
Miss both. So crucial in these close games. Wisconsin with the lead, the ball, and a minute to play. Blackwell for 3, short. Garcia.
What a play.
Couldn't corral it. Blackwell finds the loose change and scores.
Jack Janicki comes running in from out of nowhere here. He keeps this ball alive, And that allows John Blackwell to make the play. But it doesn't happen without the effort here on the offensive glass. Look at him fly into your screen. Blackwell going downhill. What a play, and another winning effort from Jack Janicki.
Foul was on Osama. Blackwell missed the free throw. 45 seconds. Rigsby for three. No, too strong. Mitchell trying to corral it. Candace Blackwell. Up the floor, it's Crowell. In his final game at the barn, and he is fouled. And Wisconsin at the line. 8-point lead and 36.5 to go. And Johnson's Gophers have dropped 4 straight at home. Only 2 of their 7 conference wins have come at the Bard this season. And listen to the Badger fans here at Williams Arena.
This feels like a neutral site regional high school game, honestly. There are a lot of Wisconsin fans in here.
Such a huge Wisconsin alumni base here in the Twin Cities. Patterson scores off the glass, and Ben Johnson will call a timeout with 26.8 to go. And we will keep it here.
Full Dr. Pepper!
The sweet blackberry flavor.
It's the most succulent taste I've ever tasted!
Attention shoppers, hurry up, it's delicious.
Weeks and 1 year.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or UC.
Ready to get back in the picture? Ask your gastroenterologist how to take control of your Crohn's or UC with Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
AbbVie could help you save.
Step into an electrifying world of choice. Everything you need to move through your world, your way, is ready and waiting. Get offers on select models at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
And only at Panera for a limited time.
Darling, you're the one for me. Give me all your love.
Had it with your old phone? Ready to be done with it? We've got you. At Verizon, trade in any phone, any condition for the new iPhone. Get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us, on any plan. Now with Genmoji. And get iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all three on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
Seth and Zubin in the studio. Lenardi's is Oklahoma's first four out. They got their biggest win of the season.
It looks like the Fierce family is going to have company in the NCAA tournament. His brother at Michigan State, Jeremiah Fierce, today, 31 points.
Despite a win over Missouri, Lenardi still in the very latest hot off the press bracketology, still has the Sooners on the outside. Looking in, 10-0 run from UConn as we speak. They lead Marquette. Reese.
Zubin, thank you. Look at the bracketology in the SEC. Joe Lenardi and his projections, and Zubin mentioned Oklahoma still on the outside looking at when it's all said and done. How many teams from the SEC end up making the field?
I think that win tonight gets Oklahoma in as of tonight. I had them won the battle for Atlantis. They've had good wins. I think better than those other teams they're compared to. I do know this. I do need a bigger jet this year with more seats on it for Jimmy's jet out of the SEC. You're going to have 13, 12, 13, 14 seats somewhere in there. So just a heavyweight. Man, look at those. All those 1, 2, and 3 seeds.
After further review, the goaltending call 11:59 has been confirmed. It was goaltending.
Reese, the drama this year in the SEC tournament is going to happen on Wednesday or Thursday. Those Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas games, those games starting Friday, Thursday, Friday, those higher seeds, those teams are locks, man.
I don't want this misunderstood. Everybody that goes there is going to try to win in Nashville. But there is a school of thought that it is going to be so difficult to win in Nashville that it's going to take a lot out of you. Rick Barnes told a story today of winning the Big East tournament at Providence and get back to town. There's a billboard congratulating them. You know, hard to come down from the celebration. They play early on Thursday and they got beat. And by the same token, when he went to the Final Four, Zakara stuffs it home. They went to the Final Four with Texas. They got ousted early by Bob Knight's Texas Tech squad in the Big 12 tournament.
Reese, the two teams that went the furthest last year out of the SEC, Alabama and Tennessee. Alabama to the Final Four, Tennessee to the Elite Eight. They both lost their first game in Nashville, went home, got a couple of days rest. There's a lot to consider for what you just said. I am 100% with you.
I mean, nobody's going to not try to win. If they're giving away a trophy, people want to get it. Tennessee with a 5-point lead. They've got the ball in the corner. There's Ziegler. He's had a good shooting night, but everything else has been spectacular, as always, for the Volunteers leader. Padula spinning, turns it over.
You don't want to spin against Ziegler.
Ziegler hands it off. Wow. Akara, thank you very much.
There is not a better lob passer in college basketball than Zakai Ziegler. Not better.
And the lead has been pushed back out to 7. Ziegler with his 11th assist of the night. He almost got a steal. Brakefield.
Well, Zakai Ziegler, first of all, his on-ball defense is at just a whole nother level. But he gets a strip and a rip right here from Padula. And he makes the eye contact with Okpara right there, knows the entire time where I'm going with the ball. He makes a very hard play look easy and common, and it's not. And Brakefield, Chris Beard loves this guy. He says he has been the best recruiter I've ever had as a player on my team in terms of when we bring guys in on official visits. And his voice is so strong at times, Brakefield will say, Coach, this guy is a good player. He doesn't fit our culture. And Chris Beard listened to every single word from Brakefield.
You know, most Ole Miss fans are familiar with this story of Jamin Brakefield is using his NIL money in order to bring in a young man that he's befriended for the last several years who's living in West Virginia, who's with him on senior night tonight, 16-year-old young man named Brandon Hill, goes to Oxford High School. And once Jamin started making some money with the NIL, he said, I think I can help this guy's life, and why wouldn't he just come live with me? Since he's been here, he's gotten into much better physical condition, doing well in school, celebrated him, and they're living together in a 2-bedroom house there, and Jamin, you know, making sure he does his homework, taking him to and from school. A very mature guy who's had an impact beyond that, and Ziegler's going to be called for the offensive foul, and it's the right call. But Brakefield, Mashack, Ziegler, there's so many guys that you find out the impact that they're having away from the court. Just makes you admire what they do on the floor even more.
No doubt. I think Brakefield's a great example of a guy that understands it's not about me, and he's not stingy with his blessings. He's using his platform and where he's at to impact others. And Chris Beard just couldn't say enough about Jamin Brakefield.
Started his career at Duke, but he's been here at Ole Miss for the last 4 years, I believe. Now here's Dre Davis off the handoff from Brakefield. Working on Okpara. Shot clock's late. Brakefield!
That's not easy to do against Okpara. To shake off that length and get an advantage around a 7-footer.
Rebels needed an offensive boost from someone else, and they're getting it from Brakefield. About Okpara strong and over the top.
Reese, I'm telling you, the first 2 months of the season, Tennessee had no confidence running that play for Okpara. He has answered the bell the last 2 months.
Brakefield again. Rolls it in, and he and Okpara going back and forth. Jamin with 7 in the second half.
Yeah, neither one can cover the other one.
Rebel crowd behind their defense. Militant threw it right at Mashack's speed. He saved it, but not for long. Davis, Murray, strong, plays it in, and tied. Three balls no good. Mashack got a hand on it. Now the Rebels have a chance to take their first lead since late in the first half. Morrell. This crowd was ready to explode. And ball goes out of bounds, and they say it'll belong to Ole Miss, at least initially.
Man, Ole Miss has Tennessee right now. 8 minutes to go. The last home game of the year, but more importantly, Ole Miss with a chance to move the needle of where they are in that NCAA projection. Chris Beard says this is exactly what I want for my team. Finish up with Tennessee at home, go to Florida, give us a chance to climb up a line or two.
Said the season story has not been written, has not been finished yet. What they do tonight and this weekend against Florida and in the postseason, still yet to be determined. Well, they have shown fight tonight.
Yeah, we asked him about can you make a Final Four. He said it's not.
Morrell misses the tip up by Davis. He almost knocked it in accidentally.
He said it's possible we can get there. And as hard as we play, the experience that we have, the percentages don't say yes, but don't count us out is pretty much what he was saying.
Jimmy, experience key. They're the 3rd oldest team in the country in terms of experience. Ziegler for 3. Money.
Zakai Ziegler, the last 13 games, a 38% three-point shooter. That has changed Tennessee's offense as much as anything.
Ziegler with his first field goal tonight, Jimmy. Brakefield again!
So you're going to have to make a switch if you're Rick Barnes, because Akpara right now cannot cover Brakefield out on the perimeter. 3 possessions in a row, Brakefield has gone right out at Akpara and won that battle, and he's got his groove on as we head into this under 8 timeout. Akpara, a terrific defender, but Brakefield has the ability to drag him out because he can make a shot. And Tennessee's going to have to make an adjustment. Who checks Brakefield going forward?
At Domino's, 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas give you 34 million different flavor combinations for just $6.99 each. But when you add on 8 dip cup flavors, every single bite is a new combination. Add a dip cup when you mix and match tonight at Domino's.
There's only one way to make the impossible possible.
It's a bit of cheating.
Cheat on cookies and cream with Cookies and Cream. Big on protein, low on sugar, huge on flavor. Quest, it's basically cheating.
I need your arms around me. I need to feel your touch.
Baby, I'm tired of waiting. Go recharge your batteries, come back to me and make your mama proud.
I need your arms around me. I need to feel your touch, and I really wanna talk.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
The best part of the Sonic Strawberry Mangonada Slush con Tajín is probably the sweet strawberry. Oh, the tangy mango. El Tajín. Okay, esto está difícil. Discover the Strawberry Mangonada Slush and many more flavors in the Sonic app.
Guys. Still working, eh? Take tomorrow off. Keys.
You see, toe fungus is not just an embarrassing cosmetic problem. It can also be dangerous. Even small spots can spread and get worse. Drugstore remedies and prescriptions just don't get to the root cause of your fungus. That's why this simple 2-minute hack has gone viral. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. It works by deeply penetrating and disrupting the cellular structure of the fungus. Thousands are literally wiping their fungus clean and showing off their toes again. And now you can try it totally risk-free. Go to crystalflush.com.
Having the TRX at home is like bringing a boutique gym experience, a studio class, to your living room.
With the TRX suspension trainer, tackling a full body workout is a breeze, offering hundreds of exercises using your body weight. Setup takes just seconds. All you need is a door, a tree, or a beam. TRX is an integral, low-impact workout without stressing your joints. Its versatility caters to everyone, from beginners to advanced users.
Get 10% off with TRX 10.
I feel like I've helped the team succeed by buying into the team's defensive philosophy. That was one of the reasons I chose to come to the University of Tennessee. I also feel like I've helped the team by excelling in my role as a scorer, and my teammates have done a great job finding me, and we've all helped each other win.
Tennessee's Chaz Lanier, part of our Wooden Watch, brought to you by Principal. Chaz Lanier had an outstanding first half, but he has yet to score here in the second. Still sitting on 13 points. Meanwhile, Jamin Brakefield has erupted lately just after we said Ole Miss needed to find a little offense from their super 6 men. He's got 9 and got him quickly.
Well, I'm anxious to see what Tennessee does now with Brakefield. Do they keep with Akpara? Do they make a switch up and put Meshack on him possibly? Smaller guard, hard to handle the size of Brakefield. A big part of this game, Chris Beard said, we can't get punked on the glass. And you look up right now, Ole Miss is +1 rebounding the basketball. Ole Miss is 17-1 under Chris Beard the last 2 years when they win the rebounding battle. They're up 1 right now against a very good rebounding team, Tennessee.
Boy, that was one of the things that both teams emphasized. Tennessee saying they felt like that might be where Ole Miss was vulnerable because they have been much of the season. And now Brakefield, if he can complete the 3-point play, can tie the game. He does, and it is 61 all. 7:20 to go here in Oxford.
It just, all day long, it never felt like either team was going to have the ability to blow the other one out. And that's exactly what we're getting.
And Tennessee throws it away, and Ole Miss will have a chance to go on top. It's hard to operate against both of these teams the way they play defense.
Reese, Mashack now on Brakefield. I knew Tennessee was going to make a change, and Mashack is undersized, but he's the best defender, one of them in college ball.
Padula finds Dre Davis. Blow by, he goes all the way to the bucket, and Tennessee got a hand on it, and then there's going to be a foul called on the hip check as Davis had it stripped on his way to the rim. Committed the foul for his trouble, and that's 4 on him.
Was that Ziegler that came in right there at the end? Yeah, with that left hand, saves a basket, man. The alertness and the quickness. Zakai Ziegler. Lanier, both of them involved in that play, rotating down.
Ray Davis will take a seat with those 4 fouls. He has 7 points tonight. Juju Murray returns in his stead. Jordan Gainey, and now something's been thrown out of the stands.
I believe that happened 5 or 6 years ago.
Now Juju Murray imploring the crowd not to do that.
Club Red, Club Red. That's not what we do in Oxford, Mississippi, okay? Enjoy the game.
Well put.
Short, succinct, to the point, and absolutely right.
Like Buzz Williams calling off the court storm last night.
Trying to save the money. You think Kirby Smart did that too? I think Georgia. Jordan Gainey is shooting for the 1,500th point of his career, and he didn't make the front end, and we remain tied.
You expect Mashack to have to handle the post up by Brakefield, and that's exactly where Ole Miss goes with Brakefield.
The senior Morrell working over Akpara, and he changed the shot enough. Great hustle by Barnes to chase it down in the corner. Shot clock still going. It's at 5. Brakefield against Mashack, spinning, firing, scoring! Jamin Brakefield, show him everything in the bag.
And Jamin Brakefield says, okay, switch defenders on me, and I'll still go to work with the shot clock winding down. He does not feel that shot clock pressure. Mashack's all over him, but Brakefield puts the brakes on. And that little soft fadeaway from about 8 foot, such a difficult shot. Brakefield single-handedly has Ole Miss with a 2-point lead.
Jimmy, it's their first lead since they were up by 1 with 4:18 to play in the first half. Let's see how long it lasts. And now Gainey is at 1,500 points for his career. See what Brakefield's done in the second half. He's exceeded his average. Average is 11 points per game.
Reese, it's hard to put a senior away on senior night, and that's kind of what I'm seeing from Brakefield in this second half.
You know, they did senior night early to try to, mitigate some of the emotions. You wonder if maybe we might have been a little overcome. This program is so much a part of who he is, and as you mentioned earlier, he's poured so much into it. Juju Murray, maybe ill-advised. He tried to get something. Ziegler left it with Lanier. Vols wouldn't mind getting Lanier going here in the second half, too.
Well, it's been a low turnover game, as aggressive as the defense have been on both ends.
Gainey. Got it.
Yeah, you win the elbow, you win the nail, good things happen. And Zakai Ziegler drove that ball with force and got that defense to come off of Gainey just for a second, and Gainey makes him pay.
3-point lead for the Big Orange. Brakefield working on Mashack again. Gets him deep. Brakefield! And 1! He is going off against one of the best defenders in the country the last 2 possessions.
No doubt. Rick Barnes had to make the switch. He takes Akpara off of him, goes with
Jemai Mashack, but Mashack's given up about 5 or 6 inches, maybe 20 pounds, and Brakefield now just goes beast. This is pure isolation basketball. Brakefield just backs down one of the best defenders in all of college basketball, and Mashack commits the foul as well. Boy, how good has he been in clutch for Ole Miss.
Trying to convert his second three-point play in the last few moments, and he scored 15 of Ole Miss's last 17 points, and we're locked up at 66 with just over 5 to go.
Just another typical game in the SEC this year.
Lanier, there it is.
They go money, and that little pin down. It's either for Gainey or Chaz Lanier when they need a bucket. And Lanier at 6'4", you can't get to that jump shot.
That's his first 2 of the second half. Brakefield has it again. Let's see if he goes right back to work.
You're going to have to bring another defender to help.
Ziegler's peeking at him.
Yeah, he is.
Good job by Mashack to cut off the drive. Davis has returned, playing with 4 fouls. There's Gray Davis driving over Akpara and rolls it in.
They are, Ole Miss, making some tough twos, man. But again, this is the same team, Ole Miss. They won at Alabama. They won at Louisville. They beat BYU.
Morrell makes Ziegler pick up his dribble. Mashack against Padula.
You've got to get that ball to the paint and make good things happen.
Akpara rolling. Ziegler instead shoots the 3. Rims out. Akpara had it a minute, and Davis outfights him for it. Here come the Rebels. Davis. And the foul is called on the floor. Going to get Chaz Lanier. And it is tied at 68. Man, oh man, this has been fun. And the indication that we might enjoy ourselves in Nashville with the SEC tournament coming up.
Easy. Find a pet-friendly Italian restaurant with outdoor seating nearby and text it to Luca.
Find it real quick. Send it to the click. This is sick.
The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor tracks your glucose in real time. And over time, it can help lower your A1C. This is progress. Learn more and try for free at freestylelibre.us.
There are so many ways this story can go. There's the one you're never going to forget, and the one you wish you could forget. The one you tell every year, and one that ends with you on a flight home crying like a baby in front of a baby. Whether you're moving on or going home,
sir,
there are no fees to change your flight.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You handle chaos with composure, because everything you do behind the scenes sets the stage for their big day. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
There are some things that work better together. Like your workplace benefits and retirement savings.
Presentation looks great.
Thanks. Voya provides tools that help you make the right investment and benefit choices so you can reach today's financial goals. That one. And look forward to a more confident future.
That is one dynamic duo. Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
One sandwich that says, "This guy appreciates wild-caught Alaskan fish." And a second that says, "This guy would like another sandwich." 2 for $6.99. Arby's, we have the meats.
Jamin Brakefield has done work in the second half against the nation's best defense. Driving Akpara for 3 straight possessions, spinning off. And then when you make the switch with Mashack, Brakefield says, "I still got you." This is a guy who's been a force. He's 15 points in the second half. He's driven it, he's spun, he's been a force around the rim. And Jamin Brakefield, think about it, starts his career at Duke, not starting for Ole Miss now as a senior in the SEC, but to speak to the person that he is, he actually had Kermit Davis, who recruited him to Ole Miss, be out there tonight when he is being honored. Just speaks to the heart and the vision of how this guy sees life and how he sees ball.
He wants to make Oxford his home whenever basketball is over, and Chris Beard thoroughly believes he'll have a pro career. Interested in real estate, and I tell you what, he is a beloved guy. When they announced him as player of the game up to this point during the break, the place went nuts. He's been sensational. Got a 68 all game. Ray Davis rattles in the free throw. Ole Miss up by a single.
It's one of the better offensive performances against Tennessee in a half that we've seen all year.
Davis now has 11. Ole Miss up by 2. And Shaq cuts through the paint. Now Gainey has it. Ziegler creates space. Got it.
He sure did. Created his own space. There was just really no offense being done right there. Ziegler again hits that nail and steps back to tie this game up.
Oh, what a ball game.
Man.
Still 3 minutes to go. Little love tap from Padula to Ziegler as he tries to discard him. Zakai hits the deck. Open man in the corners. Morrell driving. Gainey, Matthew Morrell.
Physical drive by Morrell to not force a three. Made a play out of the corner instead of shooting the corner three.
He's got a dozen. Ole Miss up by 2. Gainey trying to give Tennessee the lead. Padula has the rebound. Davis driving Okpara. Fade away. Dre Davis with another one.
What is Chris Beard doing? Whoever Okpara is guarding, he's bringing him out and driving the ball.
There's a whistle, and what a scene here. Double-double for Davis tonight. 13 and 10. Ole Miss trying to hang on and knock off number 4 on senior night.
With the new Ultimate Hut Bundle, create your ultimate Pizza Hut feast. I got meat lovers and double pepperoni.
Gronk, we got double pep.
I get double pep.
Dude, Bundle Bros!
Bundle Bros!
Bundle Bros!
Build yours starting at $24.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hilton is bringing you more new ways to stay than ever before. With all new places, there's all new experiences to enjoy. Hilton for the stay.
Target made Up and Up for you, helping you save on hand soaps. With plant-derived ingredients and custom fragrances. With luscious foam to stir the senses. Sugar-free gummy vitamins for growing kids. And storage solutions with bags in all shapes and sizes, so everything has a home. Everyday favorites at unbeatable prices. We made Up and Up for you, only at Target.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Everything we ever dreamed of. Everything we ever dreamed of.
Guys. Still working, eh? Take tomorrow off. keys.
A mystery.
Jesse loves playing detective.
But the real mystery was your irritated skin. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. It cleans better and doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
And it's gentle on her skin.
Tide Free and Gentle Liquid is EPA's Safer Choice certified.
It's got to be Tide.
Panera's packed with flavor bagel just got stacked with even more for just $7.99. Meet our new Asiago Bagel Stacks. Choose from the Chicken Roma with grilled chicken and green goddess dressing, the spicy steak or zesty Tuscan. Only $7.99 each and only at Panera for a limited time.
SBJ Pavilion is rocking. Ole Miss has a 4-point lead on number 4 Tennessee, 2:28 to play. Reese Davis and Jimmy Dykes here. This has been an absolute slugfest between two physical, outstanding teams. Jamin Brakefield has been sensational for Ole Miss to help them go on top. Now Tennessee has to answer, what do you think Rick Barnes does here in the final 2.5?
Well, a couple of things. You got two of the best coaches in college basketball. Chris Beard has been great at isolation basketball, going at Okpara. Okpara stays in the game. Now Milicic comes in to give a little more size for Tennessee defensively. But, I mean, Chris Beard, remember, he took Texas Tech to a Final Four. And Ole Miss has a chance, Reese, right now. They've never beaten two AP top 5 teams in the same year. They've already won at Alabama. This would be their second win of the year over a top 5. A lot of work to be done, but I expect Chris Beard to continue to go heavy with Jamin Brakefield right now, as hot as he's been in the second half.
And this guy's been terrific. Zakai Ziegler, 14 assists in this game. Chaz Lanier missed the 3. Matthew Morrell, the rebound for Ole Miss.
Really good ball movement. Got Lanier a good open 3. And Ole Miss has been so tight with that basketball. You do not want a live ball turnover trying to close this thing out with 2 to go.
Boy, Padula almost had one. Davis saved it. Both those guys wound up on the deck, and Brakefield has it against Okpara.
There's our problem. If you're Ole Miss, you say this is an advantage. Nope.
Brakefield lost the handle. Morrell shot an air ball. That Tennessee defense gets the stop it needs.
Feels like a must-score possession for Tennessee.
The right guy's got it. If you need that, it's Ziegler. Ziegler by Brakefield. Off the window, won't go, and Ole Miss loses the rebound out of bounds. It'll stay with Tennessee. Boy, 90 seconds to play.
And those collisions at the rim in this league, they happen more times than not. Zakai Ziegler drives it with force. And there is value of getting that ball up on the offensive glass if you're Tennessee, especially with Okpara and Milicic as an offensive rebounder.
Got a 30-second timeout here. Ole Miss trying to hold on to the 4-point lead. Tennessee has the ball.
There are so many ways this story can go. There's the one you're never going to forget, and the one you wish you could forget. The one you tell every year, and one that ends with you on a flight home crying like a baby in front of a baby. Whether you're moving on or going home,
sir,
there are no fees to change your flight.
Ole Miss is firmly in the NCAA tournament. Will just be their 10th tournament appearance. They can help their seed right now. They could add another quad 1 victory. This would be a doozy if they could beat Tennessee.
Well, it's right there in front of them. 90 seconds to go. And Chris Beard spent a lot of time today in his shoot-around on baseline out of bounds under, and the emphasis was pack the paint and make sure Tennessee does not have a cutter to the rim. And this is an unusual set for Tennessee to load up with 3 guys right at the rim and Gainey, the shooter, up top.
It's like a rugby scrum.
Yeah, it sure does.
20 on the shot clock here. Ball's down before. Lob to Okpara, beautifully executed.
I thought that what was going to be when you put your big right there. And a beautiful out-of-bounds play call execution by Rick Barnes in Tennessee.
2-point game.
Well, that's the mismatch again, right? Brakefield with Okpara. You think Chris Beard would call that number again?
Wouldn't be surprised. Brakefield has it. Davis offering to set the screen. Brakefield goes the other way, spins inside, cut off nicely by Okpara. Shot clock's late. Davis puts it up on the rim, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, but the ball did not hit the rim. Now we show 0.4 on the shot clock that's above the basket. And they're going to go look to see who the ball went off of out of bounds. But even if Ole Miss somehow were to retain possession here, you're looking at 0.4.
Yeah, I mean, by rule, 0.3 or less has to be a tip, so they can legally catch it and shoot it, but they're in a heck of a bind. Good job by Tennessee to bring bodies at the ball as it was coming downhill. And prior to that downhill drive, Akpara did stop Brakefield and forced Brakefield to kick that thing out. So Akpara finally wins that battle at a key time. Man, what a game.
You know, Jimmy, another thing, Tennessee has largely taken Sean Padula out as a scorer. He does have 5 assists. He's played pretty well overall, but only 7 points on the game. That's a little bit less than half of his average up to this point. This volunteer defense has a way of doing that. They make you go to someone else. We take another look at this. Davis driving on Milicic. Did not get the rim. That would, let's see what Doug shouts. And they're also looking to see how much time should be on the shot clock. So there will be 1 full second on the shot clock if they add it.
After further review, the ball out of bounds has been confirmed. It will be Ole Miss basketball. We also have the game clock at 55.2 and 1 second on the shot clock.
Yeah, so when did that ball actually hit the out of bounds wood is what they looked at. And this changes it. Now there's a, 4 or 5 tenths of a second is a big deal in terms of a legal catch and shoot right now opportunity for Ole Miss. They also have a potential lob threat at that rim. And Akpara would probably take away any type of a lob play here, Reese.
Brakefield jockeying for position against Akpara. He sets a screen for Davis. Brakefield gets it inside and scores.
You cannot do it any better than that.
My goodness. Brilliant execution out of bounds on both ends, right? Both teams. No good there. Lanier keeps it alive. Ziegler has it back to Milicic for 3. He's hit, and it's good. A chance to tie the game. What a play and what a shot by Igor Milicic, and that will be the 5th foul on Dre Davis, too.
And what an inbounds play by Ole Miss to start the entire possession. But Milicic, that 6'10" shooter, man, can make guarded threes. And the fly out and the blow by Davis gets enough contact to bring the whistle into play. Just a massive 20 seconds from the inbounds play to Ole Miss to the made shot by Milicic. And it's a made free throw away from tying this thing up.
Well, Davis, though he fouled out, and that might not have been the most advisable defensive play. He was outstanding. A double-double, first of the season, 13 points, 10 rebounds. But that foul against Milicic, who we told you earlier has been a little bit more than under the weather. He's been pretty sick the last couple of days, but that shot appeared to be the picture of health. He's got 8 points, 3 rebounds tonight. If he can complete the 4-point play, we'll be even at 76.
Reese, he's just, I say just, a 73% free throw shooter in conference play.
Got it. Big. We are tied again. Mashack returns.
Well, you got to have the best defender in college ball on the possession right now, and that's why Mashack's on the floor. Brakefield, to me, again, is the concern, and Akpara is going to be the guy checking him. If Chris Beard take a timeout, he's got 3 to use.
Tennessee has 1, and Beard will use that timeout. 16 on the shot clock, about 10-second differential between that and the game clock.
And that out-of-bounds play was as good as you can do it. The reset to 1 second was huge. Brakefield sets the screen, but then he doesn't give ground, and the pass from Padula was outstanding on the floor. Brakefield, to me, again, is the concern, and Akpara is going to be the guy checking him. If Chris Beard take a timeout, he's held Akpara off and got it to that left paw for a finish. what a half. I said it again. This is as good of an offensive individual performance against Tennessee in a half that I've seen all year. And I pretty much have seen every game that Tennessee has played. And now what does Chris Beard do coming out of his timeout? Brakefield has been the guy. You ride the hot hand, you trust the isolation play and the ability of Brakefield. I go back to my old coach, Eddie Sutton, that I played for and coached under. When you come out of this timeout, the last thing you're saying to your guys on both benches, it's the rebound that matters. The offensive glass, you got to go get it. And if you're Tennessee, all 5 guys got to box off like your life depends on it. It's normally not the first shot that determines this situation.
You know, that's exactly what Chris Beard told his team today in shoot-around. He said, what beats us, the shot or the rebound? And all of his players said the rebound.
Yep.
Of course, he would prefer that there's not an offensive rebound on this particular possession and that Ole Miss just make the bucket.
Well, there's 10 seconds differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So even with a made basket, Tennessee's going to have time to come down. What does Chris Beard want? Again, they're not a better coach in college ball than what we have with Barnes and Beard. You got a defensive mind right now going up against an elite offensive mind. I think Brakefield is the guy that gets the primary touch.
Murray has it now. Now Padula, now it's Brakefield, who's against Milicic. Shot clock at 5. Morrell, Padula for 3. It will not roll in. The tip goes up. Brakefield has it, and Ole Miss has the lead.
To our point, it's not the first shot, it's the second. Most times in a game like this. And how good has Jamin Brakefield been? I think he out-rebounded 3 or 4 orange jerseys by himself. Padula gets it off, and Brakefield comes in right there. Yeah, it's 4 against 2, and Brakefield just has a nose and a knack. What a half by Jamin Brakefield.
Hey, let's give David Barnes some credit, too. He kept that thing alive and allowed Brakefield to get to it. A hustle play. He was outsized in there, got a hand on the basketball, and Brakefield paid it off. Now, 19 points all in the second half. Ole Miss leads by 2. But as we saw Saturday, you saw in Knoxville, this is more than enough time for Tennessee. What will the Volunteers do here?
Well, no fouls to give, first of all, by Ole Miss. That's the first thing you check with your assistant coaches. So you have to defend this play if you're Ole Miss. And Tennessee, with plenty of time, but it's going to have to be a quick hitter. And now you're right back in the same spot, Reese. You've got to get this shot off, Tennessee, in time to allow yourself for an offensive rebound.
Chaz Lanier has returned.
Now I'm trying to read the alignment like Chris Beard. Rick Barnes is going to go with that far side. This is going to be a wraparound play, most likely with Meshack and Gainey as the wrap guys. Tennessee does also have the ability to get to half court and call timeout,
which is something that they really intended to do Saturday against Alabama.
I wouldn't be surprised in that alignment that Tennessee's going to try to wrap curl with Gainey or Lanier and then make a quick pass to the far sidelines and call timeout. And then you'd have, 4 or 5 seconds to operate with on your end of the floor.
Well, Tennessee a couple of times this season has been able to beat the buzzer to win a game. First it was Jordan Gainey on December 14th, driving all the way to the bucket to beat Illinois 66-64. And then Saturday, Jemai Meshack with a Meshack miracle from 35, draining it to beat Alabama by 3. Does Tennessee have another buzzer beater in them here to pull this one out of the fire in Oxford? Here's what's at stake. Tennessee trying to get into that top 4, the more advantageous spot in the bracket in the SEC tournament. Ole Miss already with a victory against the top 5 team in Alabama on the road, trying to get one at home here against Tennessee. Ziegler will inbound it. Here comes Meshack again. And this time, Barnes is going to get the timeout, and he's got 3 seconds.
Probably wanted it a second and a half or 2 seconds earlier. And Meshack brought it up, paused a little bit. But now Rick Barnes has side out of bounds right here in front of us to work with. And if you're Ole Miss, you certainly don't want to foul right now. You got to play this thing straight up. Is Barnes going to put Akar in? You could throw it to him from the out of bounds. He's a 7-footer. Straight from the sidelines out of bounds. Just so many options right now.
Well, one thing I'm a little surprised by, Mashack picked up his dribble and called timeout. Right about the spot that he beat Alabama on Saturday. Why didn't he just let it fly again, right?
You know he's thinking about it. It wasn't going to be another Mashack miracle in Oxford. But man, this goes so deep. Those assistant coaches for Ole Miss right now are telling Chris Beard, this is what we've seen.
After review, the clock has been confirmed at 3 seconds.
This is what we've seen from the past when Tennessee needs a basket from side out of bounds. I would think it's some form of Chaz Lanier probably working off of a screen and a re-screen action coming back to the ball. You do have time also, Reese, to throw it in and drive it because you know Ole Miss doesn't want to foul.
Well, Tennessee, Jimmy, 0 for 8 behind the arc in the second half. If they can get their first one in the second half, they'll walk out of here with a victory. Overtime in the offing as well. If the Big Orange can find a way, it's been, you know, it's been such a good season. Go ahead and watch. No need to hide your eyes. It's been.
You paid money to come in here.
You betcha. What a game this has been.
Well, remember, Florida beat Alabama prior to this game. Tennessee trying to hang on to what now would be the 4th #1 seed in that NCAA tournament projection. Ole Miss trying to maybe improve a line or two with a win tonight over a #4 Tennessee team. Ball's going to be taken out of bounds right here in front of Tennessee's bench. Ziegler, the trigger guy.
Padula and Burrell discussing it. Make sure everybody's aware. They switched off the screen. Milicic has it. Milicic got it away from Brakefield, and it would not go. And Ole Miss hangs on to win by 2. They are imploring the students not to come on the court. They haven't been able to keep all of them off. And Ole Miss, for the first time in school history, has victories over 2 top 5 AP opponents in the same season.
What a performance by Ole Miss. And Jamin Brakefield on senior night just said, hey, coach, I got you. And a guy with a huge heart and a huge platform here in Oxford single-handedly carried Ole Miss to this win in the second half. What a play, though, by Tennessee.
Let's have a look at that last play, and I think it was Brakefield who was challenging the shot. Milicic, they went with a handoff. Milicic kept it, and he just sort of lost control just ever so slightly as he went up.
It was Brakefield again covering him, and just enough of a distraction for Milicic not to get it to drop right at the rim. They fake the handoff to Ziegler, and Milicic turns the corner, which is a great play because you know Ole Miss doesn't want to foul. Jamin Brakefield will remember this night forever, what he did against #4 Tennessee on his senior night.
Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, who the hell are they? Hey, flim flam, bim bam, Ole Miss, my damn. And they're going to the NCAA tournament, and they have another victory over a top 5 team. Jamin Brakefield celebrating as well he should. And if this is a little, now they can come. Tennessee's off the floor, and here they come. Trying to save that money for NIL, and the Ole Miss players are soaking this up, and why not?
What a job Chris Beard has done in a short amount of time at Oxford. He told us early, I know we're not anyone's favorite to possibly make a Final Four run, but it is possible. And watching them how they play tonight, you can see where they could win 4 in a row and possibly get there. And what a night, man, for the seniors at Ole Miss.
Just down to our right, Jimmy, Chris Beard is standing up on a chair that is where the Tennessee bench was, and he's sort of soaking this all up. And the fans that are noticing him are coming over and congratulating him. And The fans are visiting with us now, too. There's jubilation on the square tonight.
Hey, we need to hang out with Kyle Wakefield the rest of the night.
Well, the manager who celebrated his senior night tonight, Beard, told us he hasn't paid for a drink in Oxford this whole time here, I don't think. Hey, everything might be on the house after this win for the Rebels.
We would be a cheap date. We don't drink.
That's right. It would be easy.